Hi everyone, welcome to my next video. This is week 8 of my project life. So as you can see, as I'd mentioned, I used a few more full-size images in this one than I had before, but I actually ended up with a whole heap of extra photos, and so I've had to make an interactive element to use up the photos there. But that's okay. I want to show you a couple of the techniques I used for this layout that I'm really happy with. You can probably see that I use mostly all this crepe paper collection for this layout last week, and then for this layout I've used basically all of the Amy Tangerine Sketchbook collection. And I chose to do that because there are a few really colourful photos, like the Very Hungry Caterpillar quilt and the bow tie, and even these photos had a bit of colour in them. So I wanted to that was what made me think of this particular collection. And also because there are a few really dark photos, and I wanted something that would make them lighter and add a little bit of fun to the page. So we can start up here. For this, I still actually have to stamp in the dates of the week, but these are the Mistable DIY thickers from Studio Calico, and I used, instead of the Mr. Huey's ink, I just used watercolor paint on them. And the reason I did that is because this Amy Tangerine collection uses lots of watercolor, so I felt like that was going to fit in well with the style. A few other techniques I've used is I put really thin borders on some of the photos, and this is actually papers from the crepe paper collection I used on the previous page, just leftover bits that I had. But I found that the colours worked in really well with the sketchbook colours. So again, I've used a lot of these half-size prints, but I find that really easy for journaling. And then photos like this one was a landscape half-size photo. I just cut it down so that it ended up being a small square, and that's just because I didn't have any more room for the landscape style photos. This one I wasn't really sure what to do because the photo is in the middle, and I did want to just include the journaling that said that I had finished the quilt that in the previous week I'd been working on. So I just used some stickers on the side of the photo to put that in, because there wasn't really any blank space on the photo for me to journal. Whereas in this photo, I've just journaled straight onto the photo. And this is a really good pen, this American Crafts Slick Rider. It comes in black and brown, and I think it may come in a few other colours as well, I'm not sure. But that works really well for writing onto photos. It doesn't smudge, and it just dries instantly. So the other technique I used was, this is a really great technique if the paper that you have got is not your favourite paper, but also works well if the paper that you've got doesn't quite suit the photo. And so this was just this paper, it's just the black and white chevron. And anyway, my mum, she doesn't wear black, or she doesn't really like black, so for me to have put her photo on a black and white paper would have probably not been the best idea. So what I just ended up doing was, again, I used those same watercolors, and I just painted over the paper before I stuck the photo down. And again, that worked really well because of the watercolor backgrounds that are already in the collection. So that's definitely an idea. Obviously the chevrons are still there, and even some black bits are still there, but I just tried to use colors that fit in with the collection. So the last thing I want to show you for this week is this technique of using multiple photos. And when I'm doing interactive elements like this, I really like to use photos that are in a set. So these are all photos of my son on this particular playmat with a mobile. And so I've got another video to show you exactly how I put this together, but you can see the general idea here is that the back one is into the pocket page and the other's flipped down, and I've used some layering so that you know that there are extra photos in this pack. So basically that is my summary of week 8. It's probably one of my favorite layouts that I've done so far. I hope you enjoy it.